Peace, peace, peace. It's your boy, the mighty, incredible J Webb, aka Picket Fence, Gym City King of Rap, Crown Bearer, you heard? Back on the track, doing my thing, trying to cut weight. I got on a full sauna suit today. Full sauna suit, trying to, just drain this water. It's like they say when you first losing weight, most of it is water weight, so I'm gonna let that drip away, you heard? Just like I said, real quick, I don't like to keep y'all long, plus I gotta get to work. A couple things I want to talk about. Two things that kind of relate. Of course, everybody's talking about the WAP song and video. I guess more they're talking about the video, and one thing that I will agree with is it's no different than what we seen with like Little Kim and Choice. So in that aspect of it, it's nothing different. The couple of problems I have with it that I have to agree with, like Dr. Boyce Watkins made a post about it, about mostly about imagery and the images that we're showing people. And images and videos, like I always say, it's all about programming. And we have to think about how we want to program ourselves and the next generation. So, I'm still not that, I'm bothered by it. I'm not upset or mad because I know about programming. I do have a degree in television production, and I'm a student of metaphysics. So, and I know it's not a wide range of people that are into metaphysics. I know it's growing, but when you're in that, there's no coming out of it. So you're going to see things a lot differently than other people. So I won't get too deep on that, because if you ain't into it, you ain't into it. But the people that are into it, I'm sure they feel at least similar to how I feel about the programming aspect. Now, the one thing is bothering to me as a true head, a fanatic of hip hop. That is my culture, it's my spirit, it's in my bone marrow. These chicks can't fucking rap. They're not good rappers. They're not good MCs. They fucking suck at rapping. So beyond the vision, because I see, especially the guys that are bigging it up, they're talking about the video. They love the video, the raunchiness. And color aspects, color and contrast aspects, the video is very colorful and, and all that. On a visual, color, cinematography aspect, props. Rapping, they fucking suck. The sexuality part, for guys that like it, it's just because they fucking like, they on Pornhub all day, and whatever other porn sites. So it's arousing to them in that aspect. But for me, as a head, it fucking sucks on the rap ability. So I'll leave that alone. Second thing I want to talk about is Justin Gatlin's post. I saw a few people posting that and saw back and forth. Basically, he had a post about women dressed in a certain way, an over-sexually way, a scandalous way, leaving little to the imagination. And he talked about it. This is just paraphrasing it. I hate that he's since taken the post down, because he was getting a lot of heat for it. But paraphrasing, he was saying about, you dress this way and it's arousing to guys, but basically you're portraying an image that a man doesn't want to wife you up, or you know what I'm saying, or he's not going to respect you, is what I think the post said. I'm sure you could find it somewhere, even though he removed it. About respect thing. And one thing that I see the sisters saying that, and I somewhat agree to it, not totally, but a man shouldn't tell a woman how she should dress or how she should look. That aspect I agree to it. We shouldn't tell women to do what what to do with their bodies, period. Especially like when it comes to things like abortion. That's not a, even if it was a voting electoral type thing, I don't think that's something men should vote on. We shouldn't be doing that. But one thing women can't do is saying, or not they can't do it, but one thing that I want them to, when they make these statements about men shouldn't look at women a certain way, men shouldn't talk about the way women dress, or they shouldn't feel a certain way about women dressing, they look at it as a male ego thing. Now, what I would like for women to start doing is just thinking about this. Because when I thought about the post, I somewhat agreed with Justin, thinking about it on this level. Justin Gatlin, if you're a track fan like I am, watched track since I was a little kid. I ran Junior Olympics. I ran track all through middle and high school, and even competed in track meets after high school. Big fan of Justin Gatlin. Justin Gatlin is a super Christian. That's one thing you should think about. Christian values, Christian ways of thinking, old school, because I think Justin's probably my age, or at least close to it. He's still running, so probably younger. But regardless, old school Christian upbringing. That's one thing to think about. Two, another thing that I would like women to take in consideration is I see them saying that it's male chauvinistic, it's man trying to control, it's male thinking on what women should do. But what I would like you to take into consideration is, where did that male thinking come from? Is it a man just deciding the way a woman should look or dress, or what's appropriate, what's over-sexual? And looking at my upbringing and the surroundings of my upbringing, I don't think that most of that thinking comes from men. It comes from Big Mama. It comes from Aunt Jackie. It comes from Aunt Dolores. It comes from Aunt Maybelle. That for years and years, I know in my hood, I only knew 2 families that had a father in the home. So the rest of us didn't. We were getting lessons from women, mama, big mama, grandmama, granny, Aunt Flo. And they were the ones that told us, that bitch look like a hoe. Don't bring no hoe into this house. Don't bring no wench in here. Don't bring nobody that don't know how to dress. And even if you think about it, women, I know my wife's grandmother. She was even, they had these traditions and things that they said. Like my wife's grandmother used to tell her, don't wear pants with loops unless you plan on putting on a belt. Don't put your purse on the floor, which I know every black woman was probably raised on that. At least most of the ones I know. Don't put your purse on the ground. If you wear a dress, you should have on pantyhose, stockings, or whatever you call them. So we have to take that into consideration. Not saying that it makes him right, not saying that it makes you wrong, but I'm saying if we are to grow, we have to start having these conversations holistically. We have to say, if things have changed and women are teaching differently than what they taught us, you have to take into consideration that he's from a certain generation, he's from a certain spiritual background, he's from, so he has a certain upbringing, and it's not, maybe not, I'm not going to say for a fact, maybe not egotistically. It's maybe not a male thing. It could have come from Big Mama, Big Shirley. You know what I mean? It told him, this type of girl looked like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a person like me, I'm from a small town, Gym City, stand up. But I've been in big cities all my life. My family's originally from Chicago. I had family in Detroit. So that's why I spent my summers, both places, every year coming up. And you will walk in these big cities, and the dress code for a hoe, a real fucking hoe, a real live hoe, was a certain dress code. You know what I mean? And Aunt Flo, Aunt Jackie, Big Mama said, yo, those is the hoes. They let you know that those is the hoes. This is not the type of woman you be with. But also think about this. It's all kids kind of want to meddle with stuff that you're told not to meddle with. You know that's true, right? That's not fictitious. That's true. When you're told don't do something all the time, don't touch this, don't touch that, you want to touch it. You know what I mean? So I think that's, in my opinion, that's what Justin was trying to say. The yeah look good. Shit, a nice ass looks good. A nice ass in heels looks great. But in our upbringing, I know at least in mine, you were always told that this is appropriate and not appropriate. This is a woman telling a man, a boy coming up, a woman, not a man, a woman telling young boys growing to men that about imagery, about standards. So if women don't think those standards stand true, you can't just blame men. You have to blame your grandma. You have to blame your granny that gave men those standards in their heads. So yeah, I know that was a little long. Shit, I done already walked a couple of laps. But I love y'all. Peace. Let's grow and think holistically. And let's keep walking. Walking this walk of health and wellness. It's your mighty incredible J Webb, aka Picket Fence, Gym City Crown, King of Rap. Ooh, I'm out of breath. Crown Bearer, you heard? Get up with me. Facebook.com/Team Picket. Peace.